welcome to the Flat Track Factory. I'm back after a substantial titanium upgrade, working on getting fit, and you can see we've got the engine out to the spa for a little bit of winter R&R. And I wanted to come to you with a viewer question. I really like this. I got a really nice note from someone. I'm going to read it to you and answer the viewer question. First, however, I have become a YouTuber, I guess, so help out the channel a little bit. We need a little support. Like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. These things you hear people say, it actually matters. If you're super crazy, there's a link in the description where you can support the channel financially. Also, we got merch. It's really cool Flat Track Factory t-shirts you can get a hold of. All right, so here's the question. Hey, I really enjoy your YouTube videos. Well, thank you. I've watched almost all of them. That's going to be about 100 by now. Would it be possible for you to do a video for the complete newbie getting into the sport for the Maddog classes? Seems like a popular starter class for people. I'm currently putting together a bike for 2023 Maddog, but I don't even know what baseline tire pressures to run, let alone what gear I should be going around the track or what gear to launch in. I really enjoyed your XR100 video. It's one of the most popular on the channel. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. And you are exactly the guy that we need as a sport. So let's make this as easy for you as possible. Let's start at the top here and go point by point. Okay, so you're a complete newbie. If you've watched the videos on the channel, you know that I advocate safety gear. You're going to fall off. That's just part of it. It's part of any sport. We want to have all the protective gear, you know, elbows, shoulders, back, knees, hips, all the sort of stuff. Check those videos out if you haven't done that already and get that covered. That's the most important thing. The next most important thing is having fun. So a lot of the questions you ask here are very good, and if you're interested enough in Flat Track to watch all of my videos, you must be a racer at heart, a competitor, and I know you want to maximize your result, and that's fine. But let's not get the cart before the horse here. You need to be safe and you need to have fun. So I'll answer all of your questions, but really the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is look at the rule book for the organization that you're going to race, if they have one, and just do the bare minimum to comply. I've seen some talented racers haul the mail on a stock XR100 with a front knobby tire and just any old street tire that doesn't have knobs on the back. In fact, you probably could get away with racing it in a knobby only class. If you're just getting started, the disadvantages of riding on knobbies, you may not even notice that at first. There's so many other things going on that you can do pretty well on that. So I say do what's the easiest for you to get on the track and then find out which one of these questions are the next one that you need to answer. But that's not why you sent me this email, so I'll go ahead and touch them on point by point. So it seems like a popular starter class for people. Yeah, and there's a very good reason why it should be, I think, where everybody starts, or at least also races in, it is the best bang for the buck. It's easy to get into. The bikes are cheap. This is now, I think my original XR100 video came out, several years ago before the market kind of went crazy on a lot of stuff. But they're still very cheap relative to other things, especially pick them up on the used market. A lot of people will be getting bikes for Christmas and then finding out that kid doesn't really like them. So they're always kind of buying and selling and trading. So take a look at that on the used market, however you do that these days. So you're currently putting a bike together for the 2023 Maddog class. Yep. So like I said, check the rules. The rules may dictate what you can and cannot do. Typically, there's a stock class and a mod class. The good thing about a stock class is you can ride up. Typically, you can take your stock bike, race in stock, and then go up and also race in the Maddog modified class. Again, you're the beginner. The absolute best mod you can do is seat time. And if you get a mod bike, you can't race in stock class, and you have your ability to progress, because progression at your level is all about seat time. Baseline tire pressure to run on, and you're talking about a 5th mile track. Here's the thing, it doesn't matter that much. You probably can't tell, 2, 3, 4 pounds of pressure anyway. I have a hard time feeling 2. So to be honest with you, 15 pounds front and rear, 12 to 17. It's fine. You'll be fine. I've gone so low that I've raced on a flat tire, and it took me a lap to figure it out. So it's not that important. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to get involved in. It's the minutia, the details that we all like to get in and nerd out about, and that's fine, and I get it. But again, let's get you to the track first. What gear should be going around a 5th mile track? Well, it kind of depends. I say it depends a lot. I mean, what are your lap times? How round is the track? Is the track banked? Is it slippery? Is it sticky? But specifically, let's just get you on the 5th mile track with the Maddog stock bike. Maybe put some tires on it and run the stock gearing. You'll probably be fine in about 4th gear. I made some calls and looked around. Gearing can kind of be all over the place. But stock gearing will get you pretty close. If you really want to nerd out, get a tattletale tachometer. You can get them for like a lawnmower. It just has a high rev feature and a reset. You can kind of learn how far the bike makes power. Let's just say it's $9,000. And if you're going down the straightaway and hitting that $9,000 way early, you're too short. And if you never get to $9,000, you're too tall. So the first thing you'll do is upshift or downshift. And if you end up in the middle of the gear, then we'll talk about changing gears. But stock gearing is going to get you close. If you want to spend some money, look at your rear sprocket and get 2 teeth more and 2 teeth less than stock. And if you want to go the next step, you'll find that countershaft sprockets are cheaper. They're about 2 teeth equivalent. So 1 tooth on the counter is 2 teeth on the rear. You can play with the math a little bit and figure those ratios out. So 3 sprockets, get maybe 1 tooth bigger for the countershaft, and then 2 teeth bigger on the rear, 2 teeth smaller on the rear from stock, and that'll be a good start for you. But really, you don't have to do that. Just go with stock gearing, and you'll figure it out going forward. What gear to launch in? You're probably going to find that first gear is too short and second gear is too tall. I've talked about this before. This is something that you can do, especially if you've got a stock bike that doesn't make a lot of noise. If you have a little bit of a quiet area, you can do this at home or in a parking lot or in an alley or in a field, and get a buddy and do like 30 and 60 foot times, and you'll figure it out. Have your buddy with a stopwatch, or you can film yourself. I advocate filming yourself. Film yourself, and then you can use that as a timer and figure out what gear is better to start in. The biggest limiting factor when you're starting is going to be you, is not necessarily going to be the bike. Personally, I like to gear my XR100 Maddog bikes to run in 4th gear on a track that size. So I typically go, depends how fast it is, but a 1548 4th gear is what my mod bike runs. Stock bike maybe can't quite pull that. But again, depends on the track. Don't worry about it too much. Back to starting. Start in 1st gear, check your 60 foot times. Start in 2nd gear, check your 60 foot times, practice a bunch. You'll probably find out that you can do one a little better than the other, and you'll learn, and maybe what you thought in the first 20 times you did it, or the first 3-4 days you did it, is not what you do the 70th and 80th time you've done it on the 10th or 100th day. So that's the great part about this sport, is there's a lifetime of learning. I personally, I like to shift less, so I start in a 2nd gear on a Maddog bike, and then I put in really heavy springs, clutch springs, a fresh clutch in the bike, so I can slip the clutch farther, and that means less shifting. Shifting, you know, to take power off of the power train to get the bike to shift, and you're losing space. So if I can shift one less time than everybody else, that's better. It also going to depend on weight, you know. If you're carrying around a little bit too much extra, you will not be able to pull as much gear as a thinner guy or girl. So it's always a good class to get your ass handed to you by a talented small female, because they got the weight advantage on you. So I think that answers all your questions. And I know in typical fashion, Flat Track Factory fashion, I talked a lot and I kind of redirected you towards not worrying too much about the specifics. But we've got some suggestions. What you're going to do for your 2023 Mad Dog prep is going to depend on the rules. Take a look at those. People get very angry with everybody around them when they get to the racetrack and find out their bike's not legal, when the only person they should be mad at is themselves. So I would always, in the beginning, consider starting with less of a bike that you can then ride up. So get a stock bike and then see how many other classes you can ride up, meaning you can ride in Mad Dog Mod and maybe 0 to 200, the faster and faster classes they'll let you ride in. Yeah, your bike's less competitive, but again, you're a beginner, the bike's not the problem. You're the place for the most improvement, and that's by seat time. So there you go. Glad to be back and making videos. As always, I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe and the bell and all that stuff. Really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching.